要啥感悟？讲准拄煞今日时机来时代，轮回流转穿梭那小人，快忘舞啊小人。错误本有就要啥感悟？讲毋准拄煞今日时机来时代，轮回流转穿梭那小人，快忘舞啊小人。天不还心，自求飞天。背后桃花，清凉本家。众生听令万寿好还。天涯
I'm sorry for intruding, but I must ask you for shelter. I was on my way from the Fleece Fair in Winchester to Kingsbridge and got caught in the storm.
Nasty, isn't it?
Yes. And it's getting worse and worse. Thank you for your hospitality.
Someone help me! Please! I need help! I'm hurt!
听起来蛮可怕的。等一下，我调整一下哦。为什么会按到？
Hello? Oh dear, are you hurt?
My horse! It's...
Take my hand! We'll only be here until it's... We won't bother you. I'm Aliena. What's your name?
Elizabeth.
Breathe, Elizabeth. You're safe now.
She took her.
Should have let her go. We would all be better off without someone like her.
怎么这么坏啊，大家 ？So mean。记得这边好像有一个分歧的选项，我先存一下。
I hope the storm spares your homes and fields.
If only we had that much.
We still have our life.
And our dignity.
You still have yours.
I don't like this.
Hold your horses. We'll see what happens.
You should get out of this place.
Be assured, She's avoiding eye contact.
We don't have much, but always enough for a lost soul.
She doesn't deserve anything.
Take a bowl and go ahead.
What's she doing now?
I don't know. I think she's freezing. Maybe we should be kinder to her.
Shush. Let her eat.
Thank you.
Just try to ignore it.
到底为什么就要这样？
Eat this.
Thank you. That's nice of you.
Why are you giving her soup? Dirt. That's what she deserves for dinner.
What? Do you want her to starve?
Please, don't start a fight.
Hey, what are you gonna do with that?
I'm just going to borrow it.
Let's try to get along until the...
Thank you.
Hey, that's our blanket.
Can't you see she's freezing?
It's all right. It's just a blanket.
Oh, you're so kind. Many people would have let me die. People don't listen to me. My entourage didn't even notice they looked.
Who?
My husband and his entourage.
A fine husband you have. I divorced.
Divorce? Oh, he's just been beside himself ever.
Maybe now you'll understand what loss and what you people are doing to us.
Stop bullying her. Can't you see? How do they know you? This isn't right.
Oh, I'm used to it. I guess that's how it is. He has to do a lot of things people... And sometimes...
Wait. Is your husband the Earl of Shiring?
I thought you knew.
天哪！
William Hamley.
找一个这样子的妹妹
Oh, please don't abandon me too. I swear, I'm not... I can't...
I used to know him when I was a girl.
Really?
Why did you marry him?
My parents arranged it. And it was an honor to be picked.
What's he like now?
I loathe him with all my heart. How do you know him?
He wanted to marry me when I was your age. Apparently, he likes young girls, no matter how old he gets.
You too were supposed to marry him. How come you didn't?
He was a beast. So I refused.
You refused him?
It caused a lot of misery.
You're so courageous. I wish I was like you. I can't even stand up to the servants.
Don't act like you didn't have a hand in the downfall of this land. For years he roamed across the country to raid, rape and kill.
I'm sorry.
He's no Earl. After all he's taken from us, we should take something from him too.
She has nothing to do with this. Don't you dare touch her. Can't you see she's another one of his victims?
Give over. She's in on it too.
Can you even imagine how it must be to be a child married to Hamley? The abuse and the humiliation every single day. I'm so sorry.
I'm crying because you know too.
Enough to know your pain.
I just don't know what to do anymore.
Sam, where the hell am I supposed to tether this horse?
It's Walter. He's looking for me.
Quick, take this.
That should do it.
Walter.
You? I've not seen you in a long time. William would be very pleased if I brought him your head.
No! Don't harm her. If it wasn't for her, I'd be dead. She saved me from the storm.
Did she now? Come on, we have to get back to the castle. We've lost too much time already.
Elizabeth stays with me.
No, she doesn't.
Thank you for saving me and protecting me from these people.
Come on now, we need to get going. William is waiting.
Dear Francis, the letters I have written to you over, but only you know what my... It is different with the book I have written. It has found its way into priories throughout it because of my book, but that is not the only... Behind a wall, we do not know, but it is likely that Prior James hid there. That means he was alive when we met in Kingsbridge on the day of, and Jack told me he saw a man in the church. Was that him? And if so, did he burn? The dust storm, and thanks to our town wall, we are safe from... We've heard of places nearby being raided. We have enough food, but life... Martha believes there will be rain, but the storm is only a hub. I hope that... Jonathan worries about the divine soul. In Winchester, he heard that Bishop Henry was less than pleased by what I am not naive enough to pretend. I wrote that hope is godly. And since God made, Henry sells hope. And I am giving it... If the church should ask me to clarify, but I feel I must. And how could I write anything else if this is what... It must be well up with you. about what true. Jack told me that he was responsible for the firing. I know that it was a long. He told me, and I don't think Tom knew.
By God, save yourselves! The Saint! Look, we must save the Saint! Fire! The whole roof is in flames!
My God!
Don't go in there! But Alphas! The Saint! We must save him! No! No! Don't go!
And as horrible as it may sound, I cannot find it in my heart just now. Maybe because this confession comes too late, and from a man. This. I should get some air, Francis. The storm has. I know them by, but Jonathan. Later, I need time to. Jack is. If James died in that fire, then he was never, and that, a magnet. But I would have been more than content with. No, I'll take. Hello? I thought I saw someone.
怎么那么多人啊？不要跟我说菲利普到这个时候死掉。
That came from the kitchen.
Oh, it's you.
You startled me.
I thought I heard. Was that you?
No, but I have.
No. Damn it. Sorry. There's someone in the...
Yes.
Stay behind. I'll go ahead. There's someone in here.
Outlaws. They are probably just after food. I will talk, all right. He's alone. There must have been other. Most of the food.
We will not.
Do you hear me? Why did you do that, you animal? I will get the others.
No! What? He's just a child.
Just a child. Jack forgave the child, just like that. And I forgave him. For that was what he had been when he arrived in Kingsbridge. Just a child. Who was I to judge this man for not confessing earlier what he had done? I had never told his wife, Aliena, that I was responsible for her fate, and for her father's, even that night.
The walls of Kingsbridge weren't enough anymore. The outlaws had found we weren't safe.
So this is what it has come to. Kingsbridge is under attack.
Why didn't Uncle Richard chase them away? Why?
Now, do not exaggerate. This is not a siege.
We only saw 2 of them, and one of them was a child.
But they almost killed you.
They were just looking for food. They didn't mean any harm.
It's the drought. It destroyed all the crops.
Desperate or not, they're only the vanguard of a full-scale invasion.
If we had a decent earl, the people...
It is all too easy to blame a desperate...
It is.
But forgive...
Can you? Forgive, I mean.
I already have.
Hamley is the reason for this.
Well, he won't be Earl for long. The Treaty of Wallingford has been signed at last.
What treaty? Winchester is in turmoil about this right now. Stephen and Maud have signed the treaty. Maud's son, Duke Henry.
And, by agreement, all land...
But Stephen will continue to...
The earldom will be ours again.
It will not.
Why the bloody hell not?
Bloody hell.
Language? No one will enforce this.
What is to...
Well, if they're hungry, can't we just give them something to eat? I'll share.
We should, and we will. But there are too many.
We must do something.
Well, I can... The Treaty of Wallingford is in place. I won't wait for another 17 years.
You're right, but it wasn't William Hamley who came here last night.
Well...
Ha! You know, we could solve all our problems. We could either fight those outlaws, or we could make them fight for us.
Fight for you?
Right!
Huh.
And while they're busy killing each other, we can plan a surprise.
I won't have any of that.
What about his mother? I've heard that Hamley still listens to her.
Yes, let's tell his mother.
If we spoke to Regan Hamley...
That'll never work. We have to, even if that means...
I don't like either
Neither do I. So...
I'll negotiate with Regan Hamley.
Are you serious, Ali?
Regan Hamley seems to be in a tight corner herself. She might well be willing to cooperate.
I do hope you're right.
I'll ride with you.
You won't, Cub.
Your mother is right. Besides, if we all turn up, they might think we mean...
And so, after 17... Because I had failed to gain support from the people of... My only hope now was a deal with William Hamley's mother, Regan. A woman whose possible support was only guaranteed by rumor.
Get in line and stay in line. You'll all get your chance to pay your dues to Lord Hamley, you hear? So no pushing.
也吊死太多人了吧？
Why does Lord Hamley need all that food? He's got more than enough.
Shut it, woman. Smear your face with dung and lower your head. It's the only way you get out of here alive. It's no coincidence that Hamley always asks for women to bring the tributes.
Oh, shut up. Patience, patience. Everyone will get a chance to pay their dues to Lord Hamley.
I'm just a shepherd's daughter. I have no business here.
Shut up!
I'm looking for Lady Regan.
Ha! Good luck. No one has seen that bitch since the death of... If you ask me, she's nothing but an evil ghost haunts...
Are you all right?
What do you think? I'm more all right just because Lord Hamley insists on women. Fools.
Are you all right?
What do you... I'm just...
Have you seen
Please, God, please.
Hush. She's ignoring me.
I want to go home.
Oi, you there. Yes, I meant you. That's if you're coming with...
What? Leave her. Take me instead.
Well, whatever. You'll walk to the other side of the yard and you'll get your settled. And don't you...
They say Lord Hamley might lose shot. If the next Earl has us...
Calm. None of these royals...
I know those two.
What about Bartholomew's children? There's a lot of bad blood there.
Well, the boy used to fight for Stephen, but as far... Now he's just a good-for-nothing plain watch...
And the lady...
Don't, mate.
I think some years back I heard she almost cut up a priest in Winchester. Put a knife to his throat. Oh, she's a fury.
And you're a...
May I interrupt?
What is it?
How can you fight for someone like... My father was nothing like...
Oh, dear Lord, it's you.
You always sat in your neat little keep playing hostess to his well-off while the poor snuffed it.
Well, at least William treats us as his equal.
Was my father really that bad?
Your mother could have answered that question.
He once told me that she was very
And you never want...
I'm here to talk
She's in the keep.
But only Lord William and Walter...
And they'll kill you if they find you there.
So you won't help me?
We've already helped you more than enough by not ratting you out.
Don't tell anyone that you saw me.
We won't, if you promise to leave now.
Are you done yet?
Almost. Let me just see if I took enough.
How many of them will want...
这是人呢、我的天哪！
What are you doing here? You need to don't come any closer.
What's taking so long?
I forgot the pork.
Wait a moment. We don't have much time. You will look for me. So why did you...
I'm waiting!
King Stephen has declared William's tyranny is... That's why I'm here, to...
And
My brother will become the next... At the same time, I don't want to...
I want to help. I feel...
Run to Kingsbridge.
I can't. Please.
Can you take me to Lady Hamley?
Hugh acts is watch only Walter and... Why?
Walter?
Don't call him that. William won't allow me to talk. Now, Lady...
If you disguise yourself...
Disguise?
Take one of these sacks.
I can...
Just stay calm and determined.
Maybe you should talk to Walter. Maybe he can...
Walter?
Don't call him that.
Thank the Lord she made it through. Now, I have to find Regan Hamley. Now is the time to... Elizabeth claims you aren't such a bad person after all.
Am I not? Have you forgotten that I killed your family?
Got problems over there, Walter?
I need to talk to the Lady Hamley. I want you to take me to her.
You've got guts, I'll give you that. But why should I listen to you?
I would be a better ruler than my father. I know my father wasn't always a good and just person. He killed, just as William does. But I would fight to be better. I would listen to the needs of this land's people.
So, you think I'm a nice bloke? And you think Lady Hamley really cares for someone like you? Don't make me laugh. Hugh!
What?
If you let me go, I promise I will end William Hamley's reign.
I don't believe you. But it's not up to me to judge these things. I'll take you to Lady Hamley. She'll decide. My lady?
Elizabeth.
She's not here, but there's someone else to see you. The Lady Aliena of Shiring.
The Lady Aliena. When did that bitch become nobility again?
I'm sorry for intruding, but this is very important.
Important? As if anything you have to say could be of any importance to me.
I'm certain you've heard about the treaty the king made with Duke Henry at Wallingford Castle.
I have. I have also heard that it's a muddled mess.
It is a complicated deal indeed, but one that will end the war. And one that makes my family the rightful owners of this earldom once more.
Only by word. There's no one who would come to enforce this, not even the king.
You need to understand that there is great anger among the peasants of Shiring. Anger against your son, against you, even against that poor woman, Elizabeth. If your son doesn't step down, the people will take their land back by force.
That's a lie. My William is a better earl than your father ever was. To think that I once wanted to marry my good William into a family like yours. Not a day goes by when I am not glad that God saved us from that horrible fate. Where is my Elizabeth? Why is she not here?
You cannot punish me for denying your son.
Get Elizabeth. I want her at my side when the fighting starts.
She's gone.
Gone? What do you mean? Gone where?
I told her to leave Earl's Castle. She suffered enough under your son.
William didn't lay a finger on her.
He did. More than once, milady.
That is a lie.
What's going on here? What's that bitch doing here?
She's trying to bargain.
She's trying to take everything.
Is she? Is she now?
Leave it.
Shut up, old man. Cut that whore up, Walter!
No. You brought this on yourself.
You bloody traitor! Someone get up here! Men! You will pay. You will all pay for this.
这是谈判破裂了吗？天啊！
Now, we tell his men.
Drop your weapons immediately!
Behold the banner of the new Earl of Shiring!
Everyone, listen! Lord Hamley is dead! The castle now belongs to the former Earl's family again.
What? You're shitting us!
It was the King's wish.
Who killed him?
He died because he refused to hand over Earl's Castle peacefully. It's time that he is succeeded by a just and true leader.
He died by my hand. My name is Lady Aliena of Shiring. I'm the daughter of Bartholomew, the former Earl of these lands. I've been tasked to end the tyranny of William Hamley and restore order to Shiring.
Our occupation of Shiring has been made unlawful. Every attack on us is sanctioned by the King of the English.
So what will happen to us then?
I shall tell the king that William Hamley forced you to do his bidding. That every atrocity done to the people of Shiring was his doing and his alone. That is my final word.
No one needs to play a part in the things to come. You can freely choose if you want to stay or leave.
Ali, I know that you're a much better leader than I. Without you, we would never have come this far. You never hesitated with swearing and fulfilling the oath to father. In the end, I will be the Earl in name only, but you shall be the true ruler of Shiring.
Don't say that. We'll do it together.
Let's discuss this later. I owe you a lot, Ali. The tyranny of William Hamley is over! The earldom of Shiring belongs to its rightful heir. Send a messenger to Kingsbridge to let Prior Philip know that Shiring is finally free.
What is it?
You can send a messenger if you want, but there won't be much of a prior left when he arrives.
The Pope believes we should either burn him or make him Bishop of Kingsbridge.
I have already My men arrested him while Kingsbridge was left up.
While his friends took Earl's Castle.
Yeah.
At least in his death, William...
Look at all these people. It seems like they're enjoying themselves.
They never change. You drooling dogs!
Shut up, you old hag! Ellen?
I'm not feeling well.
I'll take care of you. You two go ahead. Hurry.
Is your mother...
This is...
The trial begins. The judges, brother of Stephen, King of the English, the Right Reverend Bishop Henry of Winchester, Her Highness, the Countess Lady Aliena of... Presiding over the Right, Waileron by...
Please. The church is... We have gathered here to accuse one of our own. He wrote in his book that the church and the papacy are not necessary, that God is in man. Now, for his is the kingdom. Not our, and not yours. You stand accused. Philip of Gwynedd, how do you plead? Answer!
Prior, respond to Bishop Waleran.
I am not guilty.
Your teaching's guilty, I say.
I am deeply sad. It may come as a surprise to you, but we had hoped to make... Why has it come?
In part, I am to... I demand that Philip...
No!
And that he remain in captivity.
No!
What? Yes? Do you not agree with the church as well, my lady?
In what way exactly are Philip's teachings heretical?
Philip of Gwynedd has said that each of us is in part of a godly nature. Therefore, he claims that none of us, not he, not the bishops, not even the Pope, is closer to God than any other man or woman.
Heresy! Christ made his apostle Peter his first pope. He and us, his church, hold the keys of the kingdom.
Yes! The Bible also tells us, let a man... Philip made Kingsbridge into a prosperous place for its people and for the church you claim he disrespects.
That is true.
Yes, let a man be... Call in Remigius.
The Prior of Father Remigius.
My bishop.
Tell the court.
For many years, I first for Prior James.
What was your first impression of him?
I was offended by his bluntness and...
What else?
Prior Philip did not hesitate to give refuge to the people fleeing Earl's...
Is that not a good deed?
You do not know him as... today.
Then, on the day of our first fleece...
I heard.
I tried to soothe a woman's pain by reading the script. Our master builder's wife tried to put us...
And Philip...
Yes. He pushed me aside...
It is work.
It was no poison.
And then there was the day I did...
Clearly, it is a miracle.
Yes!
Amen!
Oh, Mary, bless us all!
Well, I soon realized it was a true miracle. But Philip did... He was only after the money people donated, and that is why I left.
He had to! Amen.
I believe there is something...
Yes. Philip has fathered a son, and he raised...
He is guilty!
Jonathan of Kingsbridge.
This is preposterous.
Is it?
Is this true? Are you Philip? Answer the question, Jonathan of Kingsbridge.
I have no father.
Everyone has a father.
That may be. But if Philip was my father, he would have told me.
How do you know he did...
Speak. Answer the bishop.
Philip would never lie. He told me that I was found in the woods.
In the... Is this true? Well... You told the story so many times.
My brother found him.
Your brother? The brother whose master you betrayed?
What are you talking about?
Philip tried to involve me in a conspiracy against his brother's master, Earl Robert of Gloucester. And his ally, Earl Bartholomew. Philip took in all those refugees years ago because he was to as he was for yours. That, Lady Ali. Well,
I know that we've all had to make hard decisions, when indeed, I am thankful that I was forgiven when I made a mistake. Now I forgive... Let us now return. There is a man who witnessed how a man who can shed light.
And who is?
My husband.
Step forward. What is your name?
He is the master builder of Kingsbridge.
Is he now?
Have you lost your courage?
No, I have not. You know well why it would be hard for me to face... They call me Jack, after my father. My name is Jack Jackson.
Yes.
How old were you when you were...
12. But I know...
You were... And what were you...
I was living in the
They were out.
Prior Remigius is the most trustworthy witness we've seen today, and his the distant memories of an outlaw child cannot...
He fathered a child!
Heretic!
Let him go!
He would never do that!
And yet, Lady Allier, we do not know enough to judge him as harshly as you propose.
You are right. As I said, it is Philip of Gwynedd. We ask, as Bishop of Kings...
This is mad!
Philip of Gwynedd, if he is not, then he will burn as the...
No!
Waileran, by God! Not this time.
It's her.
I saw the child and Francis. I was there. Philip is not the child's father. He is a fool.
Then, who is the father?
It is me.
They are all in this... This woman is a witch, living in sin with a thief. He was hanged in Shiring 30...
He was not a thief. He was a good... You murdered him, Waileran, by God.
What is this not?
He was a thief. He stole...
What?
The chalice of the... He stole it from...
Sacrilege.
Yes, Prior James of...
Prior James confessed to me the night the cathedral burned down. I was there, I saw him.
Prior James died weeks before that.
No, he did not.
What proof do you have? Is that the chalice? You said it was meant...
Fall not for them. That could be any chalice.
Where did you find this?
In a secret chamber. We believe Prior James hid it because he felt...
Bishop Henry, he speaks the truth.
Order! I will give you until sunset to produce a witness who can prove your... Not just this. If you fail to do this, I will make sure you are tried for death. Philip of Gwynedd, you will... The trial recommences at sunset.
We need a witness.
What are you doing there? I've seen you draw up plans for it. Maybe we can do something similar. Let's see. Your father.
He looks just like you.
My grandmother said he did.
And Bishop Waileran. What are the connections? Maybe by
Good idea.
Jack's father. If he was still with us, he could...
Maybe he still can.
Bishop Waleran is at the...
Mother says Waleran was behind my father's death.
And she said he wasn't alone. There were 3 men responsible for your father's death. Bishop Waleran, Percy Hamley. Back then, he was the Sheriff of Shiring. And Prior James of Kingsbridge.
If they're all there...
And only
Hardly a coincidence. Why would these 3...
He was on the White Ship. No one survived that night. No one lived to tell the story.
Yes.
And then they killed... Why would Waleran, Percy, and James be concerned about the White Ship?
The son and heir of King Henry was on board. So were other possible heirs and other members of the royal household. I heard that Stephen was supposed to be on the ship as well, but became ill. He was the only male heir. The only threats were the king's daughter Maud and her half-brother Earl Robert, and they've been at war ever since.
And your father, Earl Bartholomew. He was a threat. He tried to stop Stephen and paid for that with his life. Maybe my father saw something on the White Ship. Proof that... If my father had not come to England...
Perhaps.
Or maybe...
That's true. And we'll prove... If the White Ship is involved, then it's likely that Waleran was told by King...
But he was not king back then. Why would Waleran listen to...
He was promised to become...
Of course.
Remember, Bishop Henry is Stephen's brother, and back then he was already one of...
But if Bishop Henry is in on all this...
It is a public... All we want is for Philip to... We find a witness to... Henry would have to play along to appear innocent.
Are you sure?
It's our best...
Do you think Stephen would have approached Percy directly?
Because of the White Ship? To help him come...
I think it's more likely that just like he did when he wanted Percy to...
William How...
Percy Hamley...
But the dead...
True. Percy Hamley...
One less witness...
And Waleran probably wanted William to become Earl.
What about Regan Hamley?
She was taken to her townhouse in...
How a Prior James...
Not at all.
Except...
Yes. He needed James to arrest my father and Percy Hamley to hang him.
Now both of them... That can't be... It's possible that King...
Do you think the king told James to arrest me?
I find it much more likely that James was instructed to... As Archdeacon, Waleran was much more involved...
If Stephen was responsible for the scene, then he may have wanted the only witness of what really...
But he wouldn't have done it...
No. My father, he was the only one...
And what about the...
Stephen always... that he remained as the only male heir.
That wasn't God.
Someone... Hardly a coincidence that the king's heirs all died on that.
Waleran, Percy, and James...
The 3 people who murdered my father might have...
Waleran, Percy...
Do you really...
Well, that would at least explain why Waleran asked Bishop Henry.
Right. He's Stephen's...
As a child,
What kind of man would kill so many for a wooden throne and a...
As a child, my father was younger than I am now.
Jacques Cherbourg, help us.
My father...
The White... Had those on board survived?
My father...
And mine.
I doubt we would ever be able to prove that the sink... It all started aboard... I doubt we would ever...
Now, if only he regretted what he did.
In a way, without him...
I think I understand now why Philip warned us against mix. God will judge him. I think I understand.
Waleran is a man...
We must find a wit...
Waleran... Percy and his wife... I remember well when... Percy...
The King of the English.
My father...
The King of the...
If the king is behind all this, what chance do we have to stop...
We must do... Is King...
It is unlikely Prior James... If Stephen is involved...
I don't think the king was very... Otherwise there would have been... Percy Hamley... Well, he could have ordered your...
But he was arrested and held in Kingsbridge first. Prior James claimed...
Percy and James died under God will judge him.
The prior and the sheriff.
Percy was a...
James was the prior.
That's where they say...
But we know that...
As we found it, Philip recognized...
But Bishop Henry...
But it's an important lead for us. I think we're getting...
Waleran and James probably thought no one would think twice if they claimed he'd stolen such a treasure.
They made sure the people would see him as a sinner and a...
This chalice was used during...
Waleran and James probably thought...
They made sure...
So Waleran and the others claimed your father and that he sold...
Yes.
We know that's...
It's the only...
James claimed that your father... But instead James himself hid it.
We found his scourge in a bed down...
That secret chamber is important.
We're close.
The secret room was almost as...
The cathedral waited for the right moment. God's ways are inscrutable.
Who does...
The cathedral God's ways...
Why was the and by whom?
You said Prior James. He probably couldn't just destroy the chalice. It was the chalice of the Eucharist.
The chalice was...
The chalice was hidden. Everyone thought Prior... And now we know he...
Why did his monks believe...
Sub-Prior Remigius told everyone he had found James' rosary, so everyone thought the body had been washed away. They buried an empty casket.
But how is Remigius and...
Philip told me that Remigius was there when Waleran made Philip prior. Waleran and Remigius knew each other.
That explains why Waleran later made Remigius prior of Shiring.
And Remigius recognized my mother when we arrived in Kingsbridge. I think Remigius knows all about this.
Is it possible that Waleran told Remigius to make Prior James disappear when James began to talk about what they'd done?
When James started talking to the devil.
But for some reason, Remigius hid him away. Yes, that explains why he where
James died after all.
We have to find Remigius.
Let's hurry. The trial will...
People know you two. You shouldn't walk around shy.
He's right.
I'll go look for him.
All right. Take care of... And Jonathan.
Yes?
We will talk later about what was said today.
All right. Remigius. Now where are you? Brothers, Have you seen the prior Remigius?
We have not, and now step back, bro. We must be done by night.
Hello? No one's home. No one's...
Do you want to go in?
No.
Are you not with...
Yes.
I pray...
He's a good...
He is a...
You're fool! Look at yours. Who are you to judge a man?
Forgive them.
We don't judge...
Remigius? I don't think he's it. Wait. I think I saw him. Have you seen a priest walk?
No, sorry, I haven't. Hey.
Yes? Yes. And who are you?
Never mind, but the... Tom Builder. He left you behind. He had no... He thought he had no other choice.
How do you know?
He went looking for you an hour later, but you were gone. And when he finally found you in Kingsbridge... But he thought he'd...
Just who are you?
Just... remember what I said. I pray they won't burn, Philip.
Can we go home, Daddy?
Yes. Let's go home.
Hello? The door's open. Is anyone there?
You had one task.
My God! No!
Our bishop is very displeased.
No! What are you doing?
I'm doing what is up.
Stop it!
No! Stay away! This does not concern you! No!
Who told you to do this?
No one!
Why did he do this to you?
I will tell you. I will tell everyone.
Do you have a witness?
Father Remigius, Prior of Shiring.
Where is Timothy?
What they told you is true. Bishop Waleran wanted the jongleur Jacques Cherbourg dead. He ordered our Prior James to...
This is a lie!
Is it?
James lost his mind because of what he did for you. He was about to tell everyone the truth, and then you ordered me to kill him.
Nonsense!
Let him speak!
I couldn't do it. I hit him, but he died in the... Jack saw him. It was him. I found the bones after the fire, and...
You should put an end to this. You really should.
Why would I?
You should stop this, for your own sake.
Why would I care if that jongleur lived or died?
Your brother cared. The jongleur survived the sinking of the White. He saw how your brother's men killed the king's...
This is...
Bishop Henry and King Stephen ordered us to... You want the truth? That's the... right there!
It is not. Waileran!
Regan
I have... It is time. The woman. She... 3 men were responsible. James, the prior, the sheriff. But it was Waileran and...
No!
He had heard about about our he had hoped to... by hanging.
But it was not just me. They...
Take him away!
This is for taking my husband.
It was Waileran!
Oh, we did it.
Yes.
Thank you, lady.
This monk must...
The Pope would agree. This Philip pleaded, but he challenged the ordeal of fire to show that the Church is not above God, to show that my brother, the King of the English, not we, but God, shall judge this man.
This is madness!
No!
Philip!
Our debts as we have forgiven our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
No! You cannot do this!
This is now a matter of the Church, lady. My brother, the King, and I accepted the traitor Waileran into our midst. We were fools and sinners, even if we did not know. I pray that our Lord will save Philip from these flames, for his salvation shall be a salvation for all of us
还不
sinners.
下雨。
Light the pyre!
There must be something we can do.
Stop this madness!
哦，难道真的？ 救不了飞利浦吗？靠！走完这趴，我一定要看怎么样才能救飞利浦。 如果有选项可以救的话，哎，这不是飞利浦吗？所以搞不好真的下雨了。
Ah, Philip.
It is so good to see you, Jonathan.
Tell me, how are things?
Francis.
That is one.
Yeah. You look...
Well, you have a visit. He just arrived.
Is that not a... Who is it?
That is... I wasn't sure if...
沃尔伦吗？
It has been a long time.
啊，真的耶。
Yes, it has. I had to know.
Know what?
The truth is, I never saw God or the devil. Have you?
Oh Lord, deliver us from evil. Our Father, who art in heaven,
My God,
hallowed be
there
thy
must be
name.
something we can
Thy
do.
kingdom come,
Stop this
thy will be done on earth as it is
Are
in
you
heaven.
blind? Do you not know that a fire will burn any man, no matter who he is?
Why are you doing this?
After Wayland's words, there is doubt in their hearts about my motives, about my brothers. No words can erase that doubt, but God can. Our Lord is a cleansing fire.
He's still alive. It's a miracle. He is among us. God is here.
How is this possible?
It's all a matter of perspective.
We have to stop this!
No, Jack. Come.
My God.
No, but that's what they see. That's what they believe.
The water. It's dousing the flames. It's a trick.
To them, it's a miracle.
The justice of our church. I believe Philip understands that now. His book will be destroyed. If you or your friends ever mention the White Ship again, I promise you will take Prior Philip's place. And God will not be as forgiving.
Their faith in you and your church is restored. I say it was worth sparing that monk's life. Promise me that Wayland will suffer.
这个计中计，我的天！
Philip?
Yes?
Did you see God? Did he save you that night?
I told him. He only smiled at me. I never saw him again, as long as I lived.
Philip is back.
Philip!
Philip! We're glad you're back.
Did you walk all the way again?
Just part of it.
Old fool.
Ellen stayed in Kingsbridge, together with Tom. I thought I had lost God, that he did not watch over us. But now I see him every day. He is in the good we do, in how we show our love. Jack's hands had become rough, his hair gray, but his eyes still burned bright like hot coals.
It's good to see you.
Aliena's gaze could be as stern as her father's had been, but her heart and wit made her a leader people did not follow out of fear, but out of respect and loyalty.
Jonathan told us you had a visitor.
Just an old friend.
What do you think of this window?
Jonathan came to look more and more like his father, Tom. As Prior of Kingsbridge, he is also a builder of sorts.
I use mostly warm colours. What good are the large windows if it feels cold?
Sally is as stubborn and as gifted as her parents. It is her stained glass windows the light is falling through. She has children of her own now.
And I'd like to show you the plans for the new cloister.
Tommy will be the next master builder, and is as silent as his grandfather was. Once I heard him admonish his father to be more serious at work. Jack only smiled. He knew Tommy was right. Martha stayed in Kingsbridge as well. She was always there for every one of us.
Is the judge done now?
I don't know. Why don't you ask him yourself?
Is the church done now?
It will never be done. Not in my lifetime. Not in yours.
Remember us for what we did, for who we were, and maybe for what we tried to be. And when you turn your eyes to our cathedral, maybe you will see yourself.
看完了，天哪，蛮好看的，但最后面真的是节奏太快了。 哇，分摊的把这上帝之柱的故事整个看完，觉得真的是蛮精彩的。只是它的调性节奏是真的是比较慢一点，不然我想应该可以能够吸引更多人来玩吧。不过我觉得如果能够沉得住气啦，就是好好的来去看它这一些故事内容跟那些细节的话，其实我觉得它真的是一个蛮不错的作品。然后它也是一个蛮著名的文学小说，所以其实如果对于玩游戏觉得那种节奏你这样掌控起来不太好掌握，然后也觉得它运行的比较慢的话，其实是也可以去看一看小说。但我自己是还没有看过，那因为玩完这个游戏之后，其实我会有兴趣，到时候应该会来翻翻看，跟玩的游戏内容差异有多大。不错，肯弗雷特的上帝之柱。不知道他还有没有其他的那个分歧的选项，会不会影响到结局之类的？如果有可以影响蛮多结局，就是打出不同的方式的话，应该会再回头回来看一下。这个翻转实在蛮厉害的。对啊，很史诗没错，而我自己也蛮喜欢的。酷哦，30年的传奇经典，这是博客来上面卖这套书给他的那个小标。畅销30年，基本上我觉得它里面谈的议题真的是蛮有趣的。其实很多啦，有很多的议题，包括表面上我们看到的那些所谓的政治啊，然后宗教啊、人性的那一块以外，其实它内省的部分也谈的蛮多的，真的有蛮多那种哲学相关的思考，哲学那一方面的，然后还有比较灵性那一方面的，针对自己比较内心世界那一块的心思，我觉得这个东西真的是蛮有趣的。害我开始好奇这一个作家，这个作者了。哇，他今年已经71岁了。想来看一下，他还有写过哪些著作？英国作家。
杂扣来了，
杂扣来了是什么？哦，杂扣来了，谢谢你的杂扣。哎，你这个杂扣啊，我慢慢凑，慢慢凑，好像也有100-200块嘞，还是200-300块的样子。杂扣来了。上帝之柱，全3册。哦，搞不好我可能后来真的就去把这一套买起来。哦，开头啦，开头就这样写， 我觉得我上次的前情提要真的是太长了，我应该就直接翻，就是 Google 一下这套书，然后人家写他怎么简介。你看，一个被莫名绞死的异乡人，招来神秘少女的诅咒；一位聪明正直的修士被迫卷入国王与教廷的斗争；一个落难的贵族少女为了重振家身，勇敢对抗命运。然后最后是一名技艺超群的建筑师，矢志建造一座高耸宏伟的教堂。然后最后收尾就是说，横跨半个世纪的叛国阴谋，开启了纠缠3代的恩怨情仇。是吧？反正所有的故事都发生在这个所谓的大教堂，都因为这个大教堂牵扯出一连串的阴谋，这样。真的是3代3代人天哪！从那个艾伦跟杰克他爸，然后到后来就是杰克、艾莲娜他们这一代，然后到后来就是他们生的小孩包括强纳森也好，强纳森，然后后来出生的汤米啊，那些就是哇，3代太厉害了，积少成多，好意思。哈，我不买你这单。他这个作者的序章也太好笑了吧，很幽默不愧是写书的人。他说世事难料，上帝之助让很多人大感意外，包括我在内。我原以创作惊悚小说出名，在出版业，当你成名之后，聪明的做法就是这辈子就一直写一样的东西，1年1本。丑角不该尝试演哈姆雷特，摇滚歌手不该创作交响乐章，我也不该冒着英名毁于一旦的风险写些出乎意料、野心太大的东西。况且我又不信神，不是虔诚的教徒。我的经纪人说，我最大的问题在于我欠缺饱受摧残的灵魂。大家最没料到我会写的东西，就是关于盖教堂的故事。所以上帝之助不像是我会写的书，我也差点就不写了。我提笔写了一些，搁在一旁，一搁就是10年。这个故事就是这样来的。真的是，我只念一小段啦，我觉得大家有兴趣可以自己去找来看。对啊，很幽默。OK， 就是安尼啦。至少我看完，我觉得我其实都蛮期待它到底会发生什么事情，所以才会一直想要把它玩完。然后这个，因为它里面谈的东西太需要好好的停下来思考，所以我也很不喜欢被中断这样。除非我太累啊，你会发现之前我开的时候都蛮希望能够走完整的段落或章节，因为这种东西要不是精神无法 hold 住，不然我应该会很努力的想把它看完。但它的文本量是真的蛮雄厚的，3卷，然后10几章，真的是很丰富的一个内容。这么老的梗会吗？应该是写文案的人的错吧？写文案人的错吧？好了。我要来放个歌来听听，顺便推荐给大家。虽然说这边出现的人大概不过就是2、3个，但不管，我现在就想听这首歌。好期待他们上 Spotify 或 KKBox， 但我希望上 Spotify， 我没有 KKBox。到现在都还是只能上他们的街声，就是 Street Voice 或者是 YouTube 才听得到。然后其实在知道他们出了他们这几张算新的单曲之前啊，我那时候一开始先听到的是这一首，然后我想说哇天哪，他们竟然有一团改编闪灵的歌，然后我觉得他们改编的还蛮好听的，也推荐给大家。但这好像就没有台词了，但是你们搜合掌，闪灵的合掌就会看得到了。哦，他自己有 Q，OK， 那就 OK 啦。
是咱两人要解决。我就要离开，你嘛是无可奈何。时代因素内底，找要着有名有势人。我想起迄个时阵，因嘛是有无心，提前踏入咱的所在，规声掌声大。踮在我有情你千百种人生，也无法度度懂人造的恶意。我看着这条路暗淡的路脚，行伫你的头前是我的世事。你点点啊看我，倒伫咧水底，你点点啊咧听遥远的风声，你点点啊爱我一世人。你讲你会点点啊等我，转来你身边，身躯边。几次回身徛伫咧路边，伊的目睭甲白白紧过路，因是毋是你的食，心安就免惊吓。毋知影你的冤屈，赶要着头前的路，你脚无爱搭好好，嫌你过桥条，就是我的病。拢无你，全部拢无你，是安怎讲袂清时代的怨叹。有希望随伫这个世界，美丽你好好读册，伊讲的话伫风中咧飞，咧做我的头毛。心也茫茫的清彩的人，大家加在望阮我的心也茫茫的清彩的人，大家一生平安回来。
OK， 就先这样子啦，先关台休息一下，然后顺便给大局放个饭，整理一下环境。我们晚一点看，有时间的话再